Welcome back to the 944 build. I would be working on the car, but I'm not. I don't have any of my parts. It's a big bummer. I don't have the slave cylinder for the clutch, which is what I really need in order to get the clutch pedal from being sunk, and we can try out whether it works or not, which would be sweet. We could drive around. I also need tires for it, so it's not like it's gonna be roadworthy anytime soon. Also, I got timing belts, and I got brake rotors. The only thing I did receive from the big parts order I made was just the front set of brake rotors here. That's it so far. But for today, the engine bay is pretty dirty. The car itself is dirty. I haven't had a chance to wash it and just keep it completely nice and clean. So I was lent a electric power washer. We're gonna try it out. I'm not a really big fan of electric power washers, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, after I wash this whole engine bay out, I wanna shoot it with a degreaser, get all this grease and grime in here. I did actually vacuum a lot of this. This is just jam-packed full of leaves when I first bought the vehicle. Also, the interior was just super dirty with, you know, old stuff. I'm not a car detailer, but there's a few principles that I do follow when I wash cars. A big one is whenever you wash a car, you always wash from top or scrub from top to bottom, and you go in lines side to side. Don't do circles, just create swirls. And why you start from the top is all the grime and dirt will flow to the bottom. And that's what you want. You're not trying to bring the dirt up. You're not trying to rearrange dirt. You're just trying to clean the car. You want the dirt off. Another method I use quite a bit when I'm washing cars is a 2-bucket method. Right now for this one, because we're gonna be repainting the car, this ain't no show quality, this isn't anything fancy or important, I'm only gonna be using 1 bucket. But the 2-bucket method is I have a bucket with soap and water, and then I have 1 bucket with just water in it that I rinse my rags out. And then inside the buckets, I have these, hold on. I have this little dirt trap in the bottom of both buckets. And the idea is that these little conical shaped cones, or these cones, the dirt will flow in, but not be able to come out. So anytime you rinse your rag and you let the dirt settle inside, it keeps it so the water isn't so dirty. And then when you pick your rag up, you're not dealing with dirty water in your car, and you keep it nice and clean. So something really exciting just happened. Sorry to break away from the car washing video. I'm sure you're just enjoying it. But my packages that I've been anticipating for the past 6 weeks finally arrived. It's a shame because I work out of town and I have to leave for work in a few days. So I do not get to install these for another couple weeks. Anyways, not a big deal. Like Christmas all over. I ordered a lot of stuff and I don't remember everything that I ordered. So yeah, brake pads. These are little covers for the calipers where you do the draining of the brake fluid. These are wear sensors for the brake pads. So they'll let you know if your brake pads get too low. Got hardware. I don't know if I really needed it, but hey, might as well get it if I can. What else did I get? Oh yeah, there's the timing belt stuff. Oh, there's a bunch of pulleys in here. That's what all this stuff is. I completely forgot. But this here is what I've been wanting. Yeah. This is a slave cylinder. And that ring is actually gone in mine. I don't recall ever being able to see it in there. It's all blown out or rotted away. Sweet, yeah, there's one of those covers there so you can do your draining for when we bleed the system for it. So in this box here was this little hose. I'm really stoked to have it. This was what the big holdup was for my whole package. They couldn't get this hose in time, which, whatever. I didn't need it right away, but inside the car, I did split it trying to take it off. There's a little hose back in here that is just making everything really difficult. And I thought I could be able to just slide it off and slide it back on. Well, me trying to get it off, I accidentally split the hose. It was actually pretty easy to split too. So, bam, that's where this comes in. So we're gonna replace this hose. I got this one as well. I got basically all the hoses that I could get to replace on here. Oh man, this is all from there's just all this crusty stuff from the hood. We're gonna have to just go ahead and scrape all this off. I'll just vacuum it off. This is bad, ugh. So under here, this hood liner is just falling apart. You touch it and it just starts crinkling. So I'm just gonna take the vacuum cleaner and just vacuum all this out. And it's just getting all inside the engine bay after I just washed it. I haven't degreased it yet, but I wanna just get all this just disgusting stuff out of here. It's just hanging in there. You can see I vacuumed off all of the insulation, and there's some areas that are pretty easy for the sticky back to just peel right off, and then other areas where it does not want to come off at all. I've soaked this area with an adhesive remover, and it's still just taking forever to get off. I used a scraper here, I worked it for a bit, and then just used a scraper and scraped up as much as I could. And it's just gonna be arduous work. But we're gonna keep at it, and hopefully I can find some better. I wish I had a heat gun, because without a heat gun, it might be able to loosen up the glue and roll it off. But for now, it's just gonna be chemically removed. This is the adhesive remover I use. It's really good stuff. This container is probably like 12 years old though. I need to get a new thing of it. It's empty, so I'm just kind of using the fumes that are left inside. I have this thing of denatured alcohol. I put in a spray bottle and then sprayed up in here and let it sit for a bit, and then tried to scrape it, and I'm not really finding much different for results. It's a little gummier, but maybe it needs to sit a little longer, I don't know. But it's not working as well as I was hoping it would. This pressure washer is cool and all. I'm not a big fan of using it inside. I'm not sure if the camera will pick up on it, but look, my wall is all splattered with mud from the car. But no worries. I just sprayed the wall really lightly and then just took a dry rag, and I've just been wiping it down. All right, I took the power washer off. I switched to the regular hose nozzle here. I just can't handle the amount of pressure. Well, it's not a crazy amount of pressure, but I'm not getting the, I don't know, the control I'm after, like I like having with that. Pressure washer's awesome. Taking off the big stuff, getting in there, getting the hard to reach stuff that just really needs that hardcore pressure. But I enjoy just washing with a regular hose and a rag and calling it a day. I got everything washed up. Got a few little issues, something to be expected, but there's a little bit of water. You can see right there in between the buckles. Little water came in here. There's some on the back of the seat here and on the headliner up in here. Not too concerned. I also have a little bit of water coming from the engine bay. I was jamming water back up in there, so it's probably just, you know, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. I cleaned out these areas. They were just full of dirt. They were full of leaves, but I vacuumed all that out first. The battery tray's been cleaned out here. Kind of just scrubbed everything that has paint on it. Just want to get this to be somewhat presentable for having a 35-year-old paint job that is pretty beat up. All right, well, that concludes washing my car. Stay tuned for the next episode. Catch you later.